So before we get started, this is going to fit into the narrative of the video and the solution that I gave previously, because you have a lot of women out here who do not get regularly tested, and you have a lot of guys out here who will just so happen to deal with these women or multiple women who do not get tested or very specific test, which leads into situations that multiple parties could be very much affected because of one individual and the way that they decided to live their life. Hopefully, people will just look at this and they'll take a step back and they'll look at how it is that they're living their life and what potential changes that they can make so that they don't end up in the exact same situation as this young woman. IG model Gina Tew's AIDS confession has people worried for Chris Brown and Nick Cannon. Gina Tew is an IG model who was known for sleeping with a lot of famous celebrities. Her alleged list of hookups includes big name celebrity stars like Nick Cannon and Chris Brown. Recently, Gina Tew took to social media to admit a scary situation she just became aware of recently. Her remarks spelled trouble for many prominent men in hip hop and music industry, and the women they have slept with over the past few years as well. In that video, Gina Tew confessed that she has HIV/AIDS. It's not clear when Gina Tew caught HIV, but she claims doctors told her it was in her system for at least the last 8 to 10 years. She wasn't aware because she never got an HIV test. The virus is known to lie dormant and not cause symptoms for years in some people after they catch it. During that time, the HIV progressed until Gina Tew had AIDS. The only reason she got tested recently was due to her finally experiencing some deadly symptoms because her white blood cell count got too low. Naturally, people are worried about Chris Brown and or Nick Cannon might have it as well, since they have both been linked to Gina Tew in the past. According to Gina Tew, she doesn't know who she contracted the HIV virus from, but she possibly caught it in New York.
So I get this question a lot. I do not know who gave it to me or where I got it, how I got it. All I know is that because I was so sick at the point of death that they said I had to have had it for 8 to 10 years. And in that time frame, I was living in New York City and I was homeless. I did get raped a couple times, not something I like to talk about. I have had a couple free tattoos, so it could have been a dirty needle. I don't know. Do I know those people? No. Did I say anything when those things happened? No, because I was naive and I was stupid and I was young. And that's all I can really say about this question.
One day, started fainting, fevers, then I got really weak, and I was going to the doctors and no one knew what was wrong. They just kept assuming cancer, cervical cancer, lesions, and then I had some doctors saying, no, you're perfectly fine, like there's nothing wrong with you. But eventually a doctor was like, did you know you have AIDS? And I'm like, no, because I wasn't getting checked like I should have as much as I was supposed to. So I didn't know, and I lost a lot of weight because I was in the hospital. I don't know what happened. And from losing all that weight, I lost mobility in my legs, so I can't walk or stand right now. But I do my therapy every day, and I do take my pills every day like I'm supposed to. I take 5 pills a day.
Another one.
Mary Jan on Reddit stated, yep, slut shaming is real. I have AIDS/HIV. I was harmed in my life, but though I went to the gynecologist for years because I am a middle-aged straight white woman, no one tested me. I've been asked if I was a sex worker or an IV drug user. I've learned not to judge. The reason I wanted to bring that up is because if you have a middle-aged white woman, right, who goes to the doctors when she is supposed to in a timely manner, and they're not asking her any of these questions, you already know that black women are getting these questions every single time that they go to the doctor's office. And as I stated to people before, it is imperative that if you can hear my voice right now, make you a doctor's appointment or go to some health clinic whenever you got the time and go get tested, because it makes no sense to, in a sense, think that, oh no, I know I'm safe, I know I don't got it. You don't know. Like I said before, you have interactions out here with a multitude of people, especially if you're out here having interactions with a multitude of people. Even if you're not having interactions with people at all, you should still get tested, just so that you can say, I know I don't have nothing. Like, this is ridiculous. And it's very sad. We have a lot of ignorance when it comes to information dealing with STIs and STDs, and different things and such, whatever way you want to refer to it as. um, and it's very interesting that we live in a world full of knowledge, but a lot of people would rather stay ignorant, and they would rather perish from lack of knowledge. It's really ridiculous at this moment in time, and it's very much inexcusable. There should be no reason at this moment in time that you have individuals who are being promiscuous, and I'm saying individuals, which means in general. That means everybody. Going out here, having these one night stands, not using any type of protection, having multiple one night stands or whatever it is, and you're just going off of somebody else's word. Nobody's showing up to your doorstep with a paper saying like, all right, well, I just got this today, so I'm clear. How about you? Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. And the main problem with that is that a lot of people, in a sense, who say that they know that they don't got anything, and they have bodies, a lot of them, don't want to go get one out of the fear of knowing that there's a potential chance in the back of their mind that they might have something, but they're just not really too sure. Right. And then if one of their partners were to go get a test, say like, hey, I just wanted to go out there and, get a test to show you that I don't got anything. I was wondering, would you want to go out there and get one as well? You have a lot of people out there that would get angry, that would get mad, that would want to sit up here and fight like, oh, why would I want to do that? Why would I need to do that? You trying to call me dirty or something? You trying to say that I got some? It's all of that. So you have a lot of people out here that would rather stay ignorant, and within that ignorance pass on a lot of these STIs or incurable diseases. And that's not only going to affect their life or the life of their partner, but it's going to affect a multitude of people, because the same people that don't want to get tested are the exact same ones that are more than likely passing around a lot of these viruses and infecting a lot of people, all due to the fact that they feel that they're clean and that they don't need to go out here and get any type of test. They don't need to prove nothing to nobody. Like I said, you have a lot of dangerous, ignorant type of people. And the saddest part is, it's just going to continue. I would almost want to say, versus all of the laws that are being made mandatory, they might as well make being tested for STDs, STIs, any of those viruses. They might as well make that a mandatory thing, because for the best interest of everybody, this realistically should be mandatory. So beyond this whole, Roe v. Wade, type of deal, something that actually needs to be put into law and something that needs to be mandatory are these tests. I don't care how anybody feels about it. I don't care if anybody feels that this is invasive or, all this other type of stuff. If you feel that way, then make sure you don't be going out here and having any type of touchy feely with any individuals. Stay abstinent for the rest of your life if you feel that this should not be mandatory. Because, like I said, nobody has time for ignorance. Nobody has time for other people to have their lives ruined, because all it would have took is for one person to at least start the chain reaction. That's all it would have took. And for those out there that do consistently get tested, and you let people know, and those other people don't want to mess with you because you went out there and got tested and you got the paperwork to show that you clean, if they don't want to mess with you no more, don't mess with them. Those are the most dangerous types of people that are directly out here. They would rather mess with a whole bunch of invisible people, whole bunch of invisible bodies, and not even know their status, versus messing with a person and knowing the status that that individual is clean. So then all they have to do is go out there and get a test, and then everybody can be happy and do whatever it is that they want to do. But like I said, you have too many honorary and ignorant people that would rather live their lives blindly, that would rather go with the whole YOLO, type of belief. You only live once. When realistically, you might live once, but when it deals with things like this, it's going to be a very long and cold life if you happen to, catch something like this, because you are forever marked. Because the way that you have to move and live your life is going to be vastly different. You can't interact with people the same way that you were able to once interact with people. You can't act as reckless, as you were once able to act reckless. You have to actually be forthcoming and honest with the information, so that anybody that you decide that you're interested in or that you want to mess with, that's the first thing before you even state your name. This is what you, in a sense, really have to state. You can't be like, oh, we're going to go on a few dates, we're going to fill everything out, and I want to see if the person really likes me or not, and then I'm nah, don't nobody got time for that. Let that person know now to sit up there and just cut it there. If a person decides that, all right, it is what it is, we can progress from there, then that's great. If the person is like, nah, I ain't about that life, that's great too. Everybody knows where they stand, and that's that other person's right if they don't want to deal with somebody who is living with something like this. All I'm saying is that a lot of people out here have to be very careful. I'm very much hoping that a lot of women out here will pay attention to the young woman in the video, so that this does not end up being them. I hope a lot of men will actually pay attention to this video, so this does not end up being them by association. Because like I said before, everybody can end up, inevitably, affecting everybody, all because one person decided they didn't want to do something.